Hey everybody, and welcome to my N5 series on the SP404 mk2, where I cover a topic in about 5 minutes. Johnny Travels writes in and says, I'd just be glad if Roland fixed the annoying delay and jitter over MIDI. I just want to send time to my OP-1 field tape over USB and keep time so I can free up a track or two and play drum and samples sequences right from the go. Or right from the SP. Sorry, text was a little small for a second. I thought it said go. I guess I got a couple thoughts. First of all, the OP-1 field is going to be basically the device that's going to be running everything, and the SP404 mk2 is the class compliant MIDI and audio. So basically the OP-1 field is doing all the heavy lifting. I do find that the tape on it is a little weird, and how it manages its own timing can be a little weird for the OP-1 field. So I would actually suggest going the other way and let the OP-1 field be the timing and clock master, and have the SP404 mk2 kind of take that signal and have it sync to the OP-1 field. That might not be what you want to do for various reasons, but that's how I would suggest doing it. I also want to note a couple other things before we kind of get kicked off. Right now I'm going to hit play. We're starting off playing the audio. I got external source on, so that's how it's getting from the OP-1 field over USB-C, going out and then coming into the USB-C in on the SP404 mk2 and playing. So if I just mute that, we don't hear anything. And a fun problem can be that the OP-1 field won't renegotiate the audio, at least. Like if you come in and unplug this, and then I plug it back in, if I can find the port with my finger. There we go. If I go do this now, hit play, it's not playing any audio. So you're gonna have to power cycle if you end up with this problem. So I'm just letting you know, just be cognizant of the fact that you might have to kind of restart. So if I do a power cycle, it's back. Real quick, we're gonna go over the settings. So if I hold shift and pad 13 to get into utility, we'll go to system. I've just put it to MIDI sync to USB, and I've got pretty much everything else off. So MIDI sync out is off, sequence note out is off, the sync delay is 0 milliseconds. I got the bend and all that. It's all off. The reason I did that is because I don't want the SP404 mk2 to be sending any MIDI data over to the OP-1 field, whether it's timing, sequencing, transport controls, or anything else. And I know the OP-1 field is sideways, but hopefully you can see it. I'm going to hold shift, COM to get over here. We're going to go MIDI. Some of these settings won't do anything for you, but I just set them this way just so if you need to reproduce. But under the first menu, we've got MIDI channels 9. That is irrelevant. You should be able to do whatever you want. We've got clock out. That one's definitely important. Notes off. Other out. I can't remember if other includes transport control and program changes, but I've got it set to out just right now. So definitely play around if you need some other stuff to figure out. But if I go to list, well, we don't want to be on the M8. We want to be on the SP404 mk2 because that's what we're hooked up to right now. And we go, it knows it's connected, and we have clock. It says both. You could set it to out so that you definitely don't get clock from the SP404 mk2. Notes both, other both, and then we've got timestamp on and velocity on. So as I said, some of those settings are irrelevant, but that's how I've got things set up. We'll go back to the tape, but before that, last but not least, under the metronome, I've got beat match with the MIDI. I don't remember if that makes a difference or not. We could play around with it, but basically what I want to do is play this loop, which is playing through here, and I want that to be in sync with a pattern that I've got over here. And you can see right now it says external 78. So the BPM of this project is 90. It's already picked up the BPM correctly, which is good. And we've got this drum track. So if I basically hold down enter and hit pad 8, it's going to cue that track up to play in sync with whatever I've got playing on the OP-1 field. The transport control here will send over USB, tell it to play, and this stuff should stay in sync. And I mean, I can adjust the volume down, but this will stay in sync as far as I've been able to tell and allow me to then go in, either play more content, for pads here, I can record that into the track if I want, or if I'm looking to, I forget what I have for empty slots here, but I could record onto the tape here as well. So I don't know if that helps you, Johnny Travels, but again, I'd consider doing the sync from the OP-1 field to the SP404 mk2 in this instance, because the tape is just going to potentially be a little bit weird, and I agree with you, it's not going to really sync up as nicely as you probably want it to. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by. Keep making music, keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good, and peace.